I am very thankful to the students for the address which they have presented to me this evening. I have spent a great part of my active life in the midst of students, and there can be no greater joy than to be in the midst of students again, to be in touch with their glowing enthusiasm and with their happy and hopeful natures. I assure you that no welcome that has been accorded to me in this city is more gratifying to me than the welcome from the students. I wish my task was over with this brief acknowledgement of your kindness, but I fear that you expect me to give you some advice which it is so easy to give, but which it is not always easy to act upon. However, since you have been so good as to present this address to me, I must on my part discharge such responsibility as rests on me on this occasion. I believe that the subject of the duties and responsibilities of students is one of the most well-known subjects on which anybody could be called upon to speak. On numerous occasions, not only here but throughout the country, this subject in particular has been handled exhaustively by men much greater than myself. It is not therefore possible for me on this occasion to say anything new or anything that may be particularly useful to you, but I venture to make a few observations on some of the practical aspects of the student life. It is often said that the days of student life were, in some respects, the happiest days of one's life. I confess that I was not in those days quite able to understand where the happiness lay. However, since I began what may be called my latter life and saw most of the world outside, I began to understand, and now I understand more and more every day for the deep significance and the meaning of that observation. There is no doubt whatever in my mind that if I could now go back once again to the days of studenthood, I would do so at once with pleasure. The life of a student is, comparatively speaking, a sheltered life. There are, of course, certain responsibilities which you cannot get rid of, but you occupy a position of vantage in regard to the performance of these responsibilities. The responsibilities are definite and they are assigned to you by those who are willing to take care of you, and there is no need to be constantly exercising your own judgment. You know that in latter life the position is reversed. Instead of others helping you, you have in the first place to help yourself. Often you have to help others, and thus you have worry and anxiety of watching the eternal conflict, the awareness of the little done and the vast undone. All these hang on you as you grow in life and you realize more and more the meaning and the significance of the observation that the happiest days of your life are the days of your studenthood, because this is the happy part of your life. There are therefore certain responsibilities attached to it, which must be well discharged by you. No privilege in life is worth having unless it is attended by corresponding duties. Dear Sir, we thank you for your letter of 10th May sending a draft for rupees 3000 towards part payment for the first consignment of books sent to you. We note the inconvenience caused in not meeting your requirements in full. We may inform you that it is due to circumstances beyond our control. Due to some misunderstanding with the management, the labor has adopted go slow tactics for a period of about 2 weeks during the month of April. Fortunately, an agreement has been reached and all pending issues have been settled in a spirit of cooperation and understanding, and we are taking prompt action to comply with all the orders on hand within the next 2 or 3 weeks. We appreciate your suggestions for improvement in the matter of printing and get-up of the book. We have examined your suggestions in greater detail and have issued instructions to the press manager to implement your suggestions wherever possible, subject to there being no addition to the cost of production or increase in the price of the book. As far as paper is concerned, it is a controlled commodity supplied by government, and there is very little that we can do in this respect. Even so, we will take up this issue with the government and the suppliers at the appropriate time and try to get quality paper next year as suggested by you. Thanking you, yours faithfully.